Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Zach from SmallCarCamp.com, and in this video I want to save you a lot of headache. Before you get to your campsite, I want you to be prepared if you're going to bring your dog, if he's going to be allowed, he or she is going to be allowed to go camping with you, and if they're allowed to go hiking with you as well. Today we're going to be focusing on national parks and hiking on their trails. Okay, so a lot of national parks do not allow dogs to be on their trails to hike with people. The good news is that there is some national parks that do allow dogs on their trails, but for the most part, a lot of them do not. It doesn't mean that you can't bring your dog into the national park. It simply means that the dog is usually not allowed to go outside of a developed area. So for example, dogs are usually allowed to go on roads, on any kind of developed area, maybe like where there's shops or a park, as well as in the campground vicinity itself and on the campground roads. Alright, but for the most part, a lot of national parks do not allow the dogs to go on the hiking trails. There are a few national parks that specifically do allow dogs to go on their trails, and for that information I have it in my article that I wrote on this topic, and I want you to click the link in the description below so that you can find out some examples. And also in there you'll find the interactive map that the National Park Service put out so that everyone can see which parks accept animals and to what degree. Now there's a few reasons why the National Park Service does limit dogs going on their trails, and the number one reason that they give for that is that in order to protect your dog itself. Okay, so national parks, they have a lot of wilderness, a lot of wildlife, and some of that wildlife can be dangerous to your dog or any pet for that matter. More specifically, plants and animals that are found in national parks can be harmful to your dog. We all know some good examples for animals. They have national parks contain animals like predators, big predators like bears, mountain lions, bobcats, and things like that, also coyotes. But also they contain a lot of plants that could be dangerous to your pet, poison ivy being one of the biggest, among others. If your dog consumes some of the plants that are found in these national parks, it can make them sick and actually even cause them to die. So while protecting your dog is a big reason why the national park system limits dogs going on their trails, their hiking trails, another reason is actually for the protection of the natural wildlife there. So the wildlife in these parks are not used to seeing dogs. Dogs are not native to a lot of these national parks, and so it could cause a danger to the animals there. For example, a dog could bury or uncover an animal's home, like a small rodent. Over time, they could also cause a disturbance in certain areas, especially on the trails, that could be damaging to the local wildlife and the plants. So that's reason number 2, is in order to protect the wildlife itself. So it's not all bad. Even though dogs are usually not allowed on the trails, they are allowed in all of the developed areas. And that's something you need to keep in mind if you're going to be taking your dog to a national park. You're going to be limited because someone has to be with your dog at all times. We all know that you should never leave your dog alone, especially when camping. If you are going to take your dog into the national park, that means that you're going to have someone with them at all times. It's going to limit a lot of the activities that you're going to be able to do unless you have a group and you can take turns switching off who goes somewhere and who doesn't, who stays with the dog. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, some parks are very dog friendly, and I'm going to actually give you some specific examples in the link in the description below, okay, in my article. Also in there you're going to get a link to the National Park Service interactive map. This map is awesome. It has pretty much every national park and their rules on the pets. Okay, so go ahead and go to that article, find that link, and plan your next trip to the national park with your dog. Thanks for watching. I'm Zach from SmallCarCamp.com. Have a great day. If you enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to keep making videos for you guys. Oh, and don't forget to check the links in the description below. Most likely I have an article for you with a lot more information on the topic, okay? So go ahead and check it out. Thanks for watching.